This is how the US can cripple a country without firing a single shot. The US doesn't need to go to war with you. It can literally just shut off your money. And we're watching that happen in real time. Scott Bessent recently pointed to an escalation in financial pressure on Iran. But it's not like this is a new play. In fact, it's one of the oldest moves in the playbook, and it's how the system works. You see, the US is actively targeting Iran's oil networks and financial channels as part of renewed sanction pressures. And this doesn't just affect Iran. The US Department of Treasury uses something called secondary sanctions, which means even if you're not in the US, you can still get punished. So if a foreign bank is holding Iranian funds or facilitating transactions, the US can step in and say comply or lose access to the US financial system. And I'm sure the US won't even have to squeeze that hard after Iran has launched attacks to their neighboring countries like the UAE. But it's still not a bluff, because most global transactions still rely on the dollar system and access to US banking infrastructure. So what if a bank actually gets cut off? Well, it's not just inconvenient, it's effectively isolated from global finance. And we've already seen this playbook used against Russia, where banks were removed from key financial networks after the Ukraine invasion. So when people say this is financial warfare, they're really not exaggerating. It is. And this is the financial equivalent of force. But this only works if you control the system. And that system is rapidly changing, because these sanctions are one of the oldest plays in the book. And the US didn't exactly build this system yesterday. This system is decades old. And the world is talking about rewriting the rules again. So do you think that this kind of power reinforces US dominance, or slowly pushes the rest of the world to build something else? Well, we'll talk about that in the next video, so follow if you want more.
We do have an update on sanctions. Iran is used to be the largest state sponsor of terrorism. China was purchasing more than 90% of their oil, which is about 8% of China's energy needs. We believe this blockade in the Straits, there will be a pause of Chinese buying, but I will tell you that two Chinese banks received letters from the U.S. Treasury. I'm not going to identify the banks, but we told them that if we can prove that there is Iranian money flowing through your accounts, then we are willing to put on secondary sanctions.